Diabetes affects 1 in 10 Americans. The American Diabetes Association is here to help, and you can too. Each year, over 10,000 kids come to the association's diabetes camps to make friends, learn about the disease, and have fun. The association funds research, provides information, and fights to protect the rights of people with diabetes. Walk, ride, volunteer, donate. Join us as we work together to defeat this disease.
Pet allergies. So much for men.
One of the oddest facets of pet allergies is that even so-called hypoallergenic pets, or pets with non-irritating fur, can provoke an attack. That's because what allergy sufferers are actually affected by isn't pet fur. It's pet dander, a combination of dead skin cells and saliva particles. But if you're allergic and not ready to get rid of Rover, you can minimize his impact by keeping him out of your bedroom. In addition, pass feeding and cleaning up after him to a non-allergic family member. Keeping your pet well-groomed may help reduce the amount of dander in the household. However, beware of bathing your pet too often, which can damage the skin and worsen a dander problem. A final smart move is to remove as many carpets and drapes as you can from the home. Sure, you'll have a minimalist existence, but that's a small price to pay for living healthy with your pet.
Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would be a candidate for osteoporosis. I know now I should have paid more attention to my personal risk factors. I should have taken better care of my bones. You know what? So should you. So come on, beat the brake. Take responsibility for your bones and just talk to your doctor about osteoporosis. Tell him Joan Rivers said, please tell you about bone health. It's so easy. You'll be glad you did.
If you're one of the 20 million Americans who have asthma, your biggest priority will probably be preventing an attack.
Asthma is a chronic respiratory condition which currently has no cure. Anyone who has asthma can suffer an attack, but these can often be prevented through careful monitoring of symptoms and early preventative action. When asthma flares up, your airways inflame and produce excess mucus, which constricts the airways. This makes it difficult to breathe and causes the wheezing, gasping, and coughing that are typical of an asthma attack. By enlisting the aid of a device called a peak flow meter, you can spot problems and take preventative action before you have noticeable difficulty breathing. To use it, take a deep breath and exhale into this inhaler-sized device. The meter measures how easily air moves in and out of your lungs. Generally, when your peak flow measurement drops below 80%, you're at risk for a moderate attack. Below 50% signifies that a serious attack is forthcoming. The better informed you are about what factors trigger your asthma attacks, the easier it can be to avoid a flare-up of symptoms. Track the progression of your asthma in a medical diary. By discussing your diary with your doctor, you can help identify triggers and create the best course of asthma treatment. Note the symptoms you experienced, when they occurred, and what factors triggered them. If you can't spot a connection, describe what you did and how you felt emotionally. Include information about medications you took and your peak flow numbers. Finally, note any changes in your daily activities as a result of symptoms. While you're keeping an asthma diary, be aware of some common triggers of asthma attacks. These triggers include airborne dust or pollen particles, allergens of any kind, cigarette and wood fire smoke, strong odors, changing weather conditions, and exercise. Once you know your triggers, take steps to reduce your exposure to them. For example, you might limit your time outdoors when air quality is poor or the pollen count is high. Or, if dust is a trigger, you could wash your bedding weekly in hot water to reduce dust mites. Serious sufferers may also want to invest in anti-allergen bedding. It can help to notify friends, family members, and co-workers of your triggers too. These people can help support you and work to reduce your exposure to the factors that prompt an asthma attack. Round out your preventative measures by getting enough sleep, exercising, and eating a healthy diet. Stress and illness are two common asthma triggers that can be minimized or avoided by taking care of yourself. Asthma attacks are frightening, but by taking preventative measures, you can gain control of your symptoms. If you are currently experiencing breathing difficulties, please see your doctor for a checkup.
It's normal to feel nostalgic for home occasionally, but for nearly 20% of first-year college students, homesickness can be a more constant, debilitating condition.
Many students who experience homesickness feel too embarrassed to discuss their feelings. But homesickness is nothing new. It's a defining characteristic of the human condition, as exhibited in Homer's epic, The Odyssey, and the book of Exodus in the Old Testament. There are two basic types of adult homesickness commonly experienced by college freshmen. The more familiar type involves missing the people, area, and lifestyle of one's previous existence. The less common form of homesickness occurs among students who may not particularly miss home, but who are so overwhelmed by college that they want to return to someplace more familiar. Whichever type is affecting you, it can be hard to make new social connections or to generally feel happy when you're homesick. One way to help alleviate feelings of homesickness is to set up a regular schedule for talking with your family and friends from home. Or even better, you could make arrangements for a friend or family member to come visit you at school. It can also help to immerse and integrate yourself into your new environment. You may try joining an intramural sports team or a club that you're interested in. Maybe attend a meet and greet on campus. However, if homesickness is still plaguing you at the end of your first semester, it may be helpful to seek out some group or individual counseling at the Student Health Center.